with 73% of the population falling in the category as overweight or obese, and 1 in 3 Americans is a type 2 diabetic, undiagnosed diabetic, or a pre-diabetic. It's no wonder that drugs like Ozempic and other GLP-1 agonists are making great strides. With good reason. I've seen the benefits that this has provided to people, and it's amazing stuff. These drugs are doing great things and making great changes in people's lives. But they have their side effects, and they're expensive. I've created a list of some foods that help release natural endogenous GLP-1 from your GI tract in the L cells. So guys, when you're eating these foods, it's going to help with your diabetes management, controlling the blood sugars, and giving you that fullness and satiated feeling, hopefully reducing the hunger pains and making you feel full longer. So without further talking, let's go check out the foods and let's go shop. Well, guys, not only is the egg the perfect multivitamin, according to a research review from 2016 out of Nutrition and Metabolism, this is titled Nutritional Modulation of Endogenous Glucagon-like Peptide 1 Secretion. It shows that not only are eggs the perfect rich source of protein and monounsaturated fats, but this plays a vital role in the GLP-1 secretion. Additional research from 2020 even identified egg whites as being particularly beneficial for GLP-1 secretion, which surprised me because they don't have much fat. One study from the 2016 review even compared a bagel breakfast with a meal that contained 3 eggs. The meal containing the eggs was associated with a lower post-meal blood glucose level, showing reduced feelings of hunger, decreased food intake over the next 24 hours. So that stimulation of the endogenous GLP-1 secretion just by manipulating the composition of your diet is a very strong and relevant strategy for obesity and type 2 diabetes management. This is why I put eggs as the #1 item when it comes to endogenous or natural activation of GLP-1, with the added bonus of one of the best, most solid, complete proteins out there. Now, guys, I do apologize. Costco did not have any standard eggs or the hard-boiled eggs that I'm a huge fan of. I personally do 4 to 6 eggs every single day, and they keep me so full that I struggle to find hunger in the evening for dinner. Now, moving along to one of my favorites is the avocado. Not only is it considered a superfood because it contains 20 vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, but the avocado is also shown to increase GLP-1 naturally through their high content of fiber and the monounsaturated fats. In that previous study that I mentioned from Food and Metabolism in 2016, the fiber in avocados can slow down digestion, leading to a more gradual release of glucose into the bloodstream. But even another study from 2019, this was a randomized controlled trial, found that compared with consuming a control meal, so they took a controlled arm and had 2 different meals, one eating a whole avocado with the meal, one without, showed a GLP-1 increase along with another appetite regulating hormone called peptide YY. This is a very interesting study, and this just goes to show the power of the fat and fiber controlling hunger pains throughout the day. Well, guys, the next item is olive oil. There are so many benefits to olive oil, such as the healthy fats, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory properties, stroke prevention, heart disease, weight management. I could go on, type 2 diabetes control, but it also has been shown because of that monounsaturated fat to improve and help activate the GLP-1 secretion. But that study from 2016 from Nutrition and Metabolism that I mentioned earlier shows that a diet rich in olive oil in humans, not rodents, led to a higher post-meal GLP-1 level, improved insulin sensitivity, and lowers fasting and post-meal blood glucose levels compared to a diet high in saturated fats. So this is a very interesting study, and it just shows the benefits of olive oil and the benefits of increasing and improving that natural GLP-1 activation. Now, guys, let me share with you a few things I always look for when buying olive oil. First, I always go with extra virgin olive oil. It's going to be the least processed. It's going to have the highest polyphenol count, and it's going to be the healthiest option for you. Then I always look for a bottle with the best by date or the harvest date. Olive oil is best when it's first produced. It should retain its freshness for about 2 years, but you're going to want to use it much quicker than that. That's why I always also shop for bottles that I'm going to be able to go through within a few months of opening. I always like to use the word hola, the Spanish word for hello, as an acronym to remember heat, oxygen, light, and age are the enemy of olive oil. So I always want to go through it as quickly as possible, and it also gives gives you the option to try different ones. And then I always look for a single origin olive. Once an olive is picked from the tree, it's on the clock, it's aging. I don't want an olive that has traveled from different countries to go into a blend, so I always like to go with single origin olives. And then last, I always, if possible, look for an assurance seal. These are where the company has agreed to join a program that involves a random off-the-shelf testing for compliance, and it's an international standard of purity and quality. These are just some great little pointers to look for when you're buying your olive oil. Well, guys, vegetables such as Brussels sprouts, broccoli, carrots are all high in fiber and vitamins. These help regulate blood sugar levels, and they also affect that endogenous GLP-1 secretion or activation. And a study from 2022 found that consuming vegetables before carbohydrates significantly affected blood glucose and that GLP-1 activation in individuals with type 2 diabetes, and this was especially prevalent 60 minutes after eating. So one of the conclusions in the study showed that a diet higher in proportion of dietary energy coming from vegetables showed a greater support of weight loss, GLP-1 activation, and a dietary pattern that is sustainable. And as you can see, Costco has a wide variety of organic frozen vegetables that are easy to prepare and a phenomenal cost. Another great product when it comes to helping with your weight loss goals, controlling type 2 diabetes, and releasing GLP-1 is high fiber grains like oats, barley, and whole wheat. Not only do they increase GLP-1, but they also have the added soluble fiber that slows digestion. This is that gastric emptying that is so important, that's going to give you that full sensation, that satiated feeling longer. This leads to a gradual release of glucose into the bloodstream, which also triggers the release of the GLP-1 activation. Plus, when fiber is fermented in the gut by the bacteria, it produces short-chain fatty acids. These are the SCFAs, like acetate, propionate, and butyrate. The 2016 review that I talked about earlier suggests that short-chain fatty acids can stimulate GLP-1 release by binding to the L receptors in the gastrointestinal tract. But please do me a favor, when shopping for oats or grain products, make sure that you're always shopping for a brand that is testing for glyphosate. You want it to be glyphosate-free. Typically, you want USDA, organic, and non-GMO. The sprouted are going to be the best ones, most nutrient-dense, and the easiest for your gut to digest. Now, this might be a little surprising to some, but one of the last products that are great for weight loss control, controlling diabetes, and activation of GLP-1 is nuts. I know they're a little bit calorically dense. You'd want to go easy on them, but the previous study that I talked about throughout this video suggests that almonds, pistachios, and peanuts increase GLP-1 through their high protein, fiber, and healthy fat content. But I think it's really important to state that the fiber and the fat in nuts slows digestion, leading to that satiated feeling, that fullness that you're going to have, and that's going to be leading to the slow, gradual release of glucose into the bloodstream and that corresponding increase of GLP-1 activation. The healthy fats in the nuts play a vital role in improving insulin sensitivity, which further supports that release of GLP-1. I do apologize, they only had pistachios today at Costco. I'm not sure what was going on, but they didn't have almonds and they didn't have peanuts. But according to most of the studies and research that I've been reviewing, almonds, pistachios, and peanuts are going to be the most beneficial when it comes to GLP-1 activation. Well, guys, thanks for watching. And if you found any value in the video, please do me a favor, give me a thumbs up and share the video with friends. It helps me out tremendously. So until next time, keep healthy living right.